up, get out right out of your bed, that's your quicksand. Getting rid anxiety and head, you can fix it. Rid of stigmas, all of them you said, we ain't listening. Just remember, try to do your best, you can win this. Maurice Benard, State of Mind.
Okay, we're here again. This is my fourth State of Mind today. You guys don't know that because you guys will see it, one at a time, once a week. If you like what you see, hit the thing button, and I'm gonna have to say it again, even though I'm getting bored of saying. But the truth of the matter is, subscribing is free. It's too bad that you can't vote more than once, because I'd have 1 million at this point. But I want to get to 200,000, and then I don't know what happens then. But just tell your brother, your sister, your mother, your grandma, even your grandfather who's like 90, just take his finger and put it on the thing and State of Mind. Click, click. Who we have today? Is my shirt fine? Yeah, my shirt's fine.
You look good. You look good.
All right, good. I have a very talented actor. Good guy. I can tell you that. I haven't even talked to him for much, but I can tell you he's a good guy. He plays Sid Will's son, Carla. And he was on Law and Order for a long time. No, how long were you on?
Oh, no, it was just
the episode?
Yeah.
How come I thought you were on something for a while?
I'm still crossing my fingers they'll have me back at some point.
Anyway, let's bring him on. He's also no, this is wrong. I know this is wrong, but you're not an archer. But I looked up.
Was there another Adrian on?
Yeah, he's an archer. And I'm like, oh, damn, he's an archer. I want to talk about arching. His name is Adrien Anchando. And let's get to know him. I just want to get to know him since I don't know him that well. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for being here.
Especially after 4 other interviews.
Yeah, 3 other ones.
Three other interviews.
Yeah, actually right now I'm not. I was tired in the last one, but not this one.
All right, I'm gonna pump you up then. I'm get excited. We're gonna do some dancing or something.
Let's get to like where you were born. Mm-hmm. Now your parents are from
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
¿Y habla español?
Sí, un poco.
Yo hablo español un poco también.
I understand, but I'm not the best at speaking it. But if you give me a script, I got it.
Then you can do it, yeah. But, I didn't teach my kids how to speak Spanish. Everybody's upset at me for that. But
yeah,
it's just hard teaching your kids how to speak. Maybe for some people it's not hard.
Yeah.
For me, it was...
Yeah. I mean, I grew up bilingual, but a lot of stuff happened, and I ended up growing up in Pennsylvania mostly. And
where were you born?
I was born in LA.
Oh, you were born in LA?
Yeah, I was born in LA.
Where in LA?
The Granada Hills.
Where's that?
It's San Fernando Valley. It's
okay.
By Panorama City, Pacoima, Northridge School.
Northridge, that's where the earthquake.
Yes. My grandparents live right where the.
How bad was that earthquake there?
Terrible. I was there for it. I remember hiding underneath the table with my grandmother, my Puerto Rican side. It was scary. I actually know, looking back, it was scary. But when I was a kid, I was like, "This is fun." I'm just like,
you did,
I was like, "I'm on a trampoline. This is cool." Stuff's falling off the walls.
Yeah, and you were hit right there. I was in Studio City, and I remember laying on my bed with my wife, and I start hearing like beep beep cars alarms. And the windows opened, and it sounded like there were horses on top of the house.
Wow.
I got on top of her and started praying.
Yeah.
I thought we were being, attacked.
Yeah.
And then I went out to see my dogs. We had like 4 dogs, a bulldog and the little dogs, and they weren't in So I walked out the backyard. That whole wall collapsed.
Oh my God.
And I thought the dogs were underneath.
I would have lost my mind.
Oh, and then I saw them and then I grabbed all of them, put them on the bed, and then the aftershocks were tough, man.
Yeah.
But that's Studio City.
Yeah.
You were there,
Yeah.
Northridge, or you.
Yeah. My grandparents live in Granada Hills, and so at that overpass that collapsed was down the street from them. Yeah. But we were in Panorama City, me and my grandparents on my mother's side, and I just remember like plates coming off the walls. I don't know if she had china or something on display, but I remember just feeling like it was a game, and then we ran underneath the table, and when I saw my grandmother scared or crying, like that always gets to me.
Yeah.
So that yeah, it's locked in there.
Yeah. That was how long ago?
Oof, I'm gonna age myself. I don't know. Must have been 86 or
I was on
87,
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
like 4, but I remember it. Or 4 or 5, yeah.
Wow, man, that's tough. So you grew up, and how were you as a kid?
Oh, I was a sad little kid.
You
I was
were?
a really sad little kid. I mean, my parents had me when they were young. My mom was just turned 18 when I was born, after I was born. So she was pregnant with me at 17. My dad was in jail, and I was basically raised by my grandparents because my mom was so young. And
How old was your mom?
she turned 18 after I was born. Yeah. And
That is young.
yeah, and she was, she's very beautiful woman. She looked like a cross between like Selena and Cindy Crawford.
Damn.
So she was out having fun. She still wanted to
Yeah.
party and be a young girl as she should. So I was left with my grandparents a lot, and my mom ended up having my brother and moved to New York and left me with my grandparents. So at a young age, I just remember like my mom is gone, and so I think like that started the whole like the pattern of feeling abandoned.
Yeah.
So we eventually moved to Puerto Rico.
Love Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, we were in Lares. We were up in the mountains, and it's a very small town. They're still very like want to be independent from the States. They have like their own flag and everything in Lares.
Really?
So, yeah. But yeah, my grandparents, I had really great memories with them there, but I was missing my mom so much. And my grandmother like found me like singing to my mom's picture, like Whitney Houston to my
Really?
mom's picture, and so she couldn't take it anymore. So she was like, I'm gonna bring you to New York where she's at. So moved to Brooklyn, got to be with my brother again, and then met my stepfather.
How's your stepfather?
He was, I'm not gonna lie, he was, I watched your interview, the mental health interview that you had with someone, and you talked about like bipolar being like a monster that you have to.
Oh, Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger. And I was haunted by Freddy Krueger when I was younger. Like I had nightmares that were so
How
real.
old?
I was 7 or 8.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was bad.
I got chills, bro.
Yeah, it was like, and I think that at that age, my Freddy Krueger was also like my stepfather. Like he kind of represented my stepfather. I just didn't understand it at that time.
I've come to the conclusion that Freddy Krueger is the devil.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he is the epitome of like, he was burned in a fire, right? He comes from fire. He's grabbing all these kids. You don't know what he's doing with the kids. Like it's the ultimate like evil in our minds. Not that my stepfather was that evil.
No,
but
I get it.
But
I get
just
it.
like to me, he was a scary man. And
Did you not? Were you not able to sleep at night?
No, I would have I would
Yeah.
have like the very realistic nightmares and feel the pain, and like my body would be vibrating when I would wake up. Yeah, it was crazy, but
Damn.
eventually, when I got older, I would have like every once in a while I would have another like dream of Freddy Krueger. So when I was like maybe 12, at some point I remember because in your interview you said like you have to fight him. For me, it was I saw him in the corner, like of my bedroom in my dream, and I actually remember I was very religious. I prayed to God. I was like, I want to dream about Freddie. I'm ready to dream about him.
Yeah.
So I had a dream, and I saw him in the corner, and I went up to him and I hugged him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you good.
And then I never had another nightmare again. I
Once you
never
hug
had-
Freddie, you're good.
yeah,
Bro.
right.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying now.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't
so-
hugged him yet, but
No, I hope you don't have those dreams anymore.
it's not dreams. It
Yeah.
just happens in my
Yeah.
kind of when the anxiety hits.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I think that I'm sure we'll talk more about mental health later, but
We talk about whatever.
yeah.
Let me ask you one more question,
Yeah.
just because I don't know if anybody's ever had this. When I was at that age, 8, 7, whatever, and couldn't sleep at night, there's some other shit that happened, but I can't get into it. But one day I will. I would literally take the blanket and put it over my whole body and head, and only my eyes came out. So then I'm safe.
Yeah.
I think I am.
Yeah.
You get it? So you got the whole blanket and right here.
A little cocoon.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Yeah. I slept on the top bunk of our bed. My brother was underneath, and I used to like look up at the ceiling, and I thought our place was haunted. Like I would see things, I would see visions. Like,
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we moved to Pennsylvania that haunting feeling went away. And my little sister was born. I had a little brother that was born in New York as well. And there was a lot of love in the family all of a sudden. Something for me to take care of.
Yeah.
That I feel like I was able to push away the demons and to take care and save someone else.
Yeah. But Adrian, let me ask you a question real quick. Where do you think the demons came from? Where do you think? I know for me what it is. I'm not going to get into that either. But where do you think they came from? Do you think they came from your not having your mom? Because it's got to come from something. I think we're born genetically with, like I'm bipolar somewhere. Somebody was something to have, but this fear that we have, where do you think it came from?
I think it was a perfect recipe of the ingredients being one, just being depressed, being the depressed kid. The search for love and acceptance from my mother. My stepfather being physically and emotionally abusive to me. And
There you go.
and knowing at a young age that I was gay. And being very religious. And I think, my grandmother, as loving as she was very religious, and some of her teachings were, when you're a kid, your mind is like watching cartoons and thinking of like fantasies and everything.
Yeah.
But when you think of when you get a book, the Bible, that
Yeah.
has these fantasies written in it,
Yeah.
these stories,
Yeah.
you as a kid don't really know how to sift through
Yes.
what is real and what isn't. And so my grandmother would say, the devil is under your bed, waiting for you to go to bed. You would hear these things like, everything you do is when the rapture happens and you go up to heaven, everyone's going to watch the movie of your life. So they're going to see everything that you've done.
Right.
So as a kid in my bedroom, even just being naked was a scary thing for me.
Yeah.
Like at a young age, I'm thinking that I'm going to be judged in the future.
Yeah.
So it was a combination of a lot of stuff that became like this.
I think what you hit the nail on the head. All that you just said is
Yeah.
why this stuff comes.
Yeah.
I got my own shit,
Yeah.
and it is that. And we have to figure out a way to deal with it, accept it,
Mm-hmm.
and not, I think I'm coming to the conclusion, not run from it.
Yeah. Like hugging Freddie. It's, I just got my master's degree in marriage and family therapy. And one of the
Damn, that's amazing.
one of the places where I did my internship at, they taught narrative therapy a lot. I don't know if you ever had narrative therapy, but it's a lot about externalizing your problem. So trying not to pathologize like the disorder that you have. And instead of saying like I am depressed, saying I'm living with depression. I have a relationship with depression. I
Right,
have a
right.
relationship with bipolar.
Right.
So I think even for me, I'll tell you on set the other day, I could feel the anxiety like coming, and it wasn't even a hard day. It was like 2 pages that I had. But for some reason, I had to do breathing exercises. I was feeling very anxious about where I was at with the lines, even though I had practiced for a whole week. And I had to negotiate with the anxiety. I had to tell my anxiety, like, dude, I know you're there, but I have to do my job right now, like, and I did go up on a line twice or 3 times or whatever it was, and it freaked me out, it made me spiral a little bit, but it was important for me to like look at it and say, hey, this isn't you.
Yeah.
You're still a good actor. You're doing your work. You're not going to always be on point every day. Don't make a habit of it, but like try your best to work with what you've got in that moment. And it could be like lack of sleep that made the anxiety,
Yeah.
yeah, like stronger that day, or
Yeah.
or whatever I ate and I'm not taking care of myself or something. But yeah, it's there. It's like I have to know that I have a relationship with it, with the depression, with the anxiety, with ADD, like all these different things. And say like, hey, you're here with me, but let's take a step back. Let me do what I need to do, and then you can come back, and then we'll work through the rest of the day and do some self-care.
Let me tell you a little story, because I've been on the show a long time, and everybody knows that bipolar, anxiety, the whole thing. There was a week, I don't know when it was, when I was having, it was not only mental but physical problems. And the first day I did it, not easy, I did it, because I've been able to act with whatever has happened to me. And sometimes it's fucking like the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Okay? But actors are great. They're sweet. They help me or whatever. Next day was not good. So the Thursday came, and it's like you. It's not just anxiety that happened. It's something physical. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. I'm going to have to call my wife and say, can't act anymore, man. And I know I shouldn't be talking about it, but I'm going to tell you just so you know what we all go through. On Friday, I had 4 shows. Come Thursday, I'm going home going, the fear is hit.
Mm-hmm.
Not even Freddy Krueger, it's just fear of, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I get in my bedroom, and I lay down on my floor, and I start praying. Finally, I said, fuck this. I get up, put on 50 Cent, and I'm listening to him, man.
Yeah.
And I running it and running it and running it and running it. And a lot of the fear started going away, and I started becoming like Sonny, the old Sonny. So nobody fucked with me back then. And I was like, so I went to sleep. Now I had to do the scenes. Mm-hmm. So there was one particular scene 7 scenes that were going to be very difficult for me. So I came in, and I just became this kind of gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sunny anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had it, and it was tiny bit there, and I fucking kicked ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you talk about fear. Now, I've been doing this show forever.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe somebody would say you should never have fear, but it's the fear of failing, I think. Right, Adrian? That you don't want to fail.
Yeah. And I think, look, one of the most amazing things.
It's a good talk right now, actually. Go ahead.
Yeah. One of the most amazing things about working on a soap opera is like realizing how much the crew and like the people, like when we go home, they're building sets and like the machine that's behind us, supporting us.
Yeah.
That I do feel the weight of like, if I screw up, it's not just me. It's like, it's a whole,
I understand.
Group of people that are like, that have been doing their work.
Yeah.
And I think what's important though is like, also with narrative therapy, there's this way when you externalize, like, let's say Freddie's there, but to remember that you're a hero and you've got heroes behind you. Like you've got, like, it's not just you, it's you,
right.
You're having this relationship with this demon, but you've got your wife, your kids, your co-stars, all these people who have your back.
Yes.
Who are like this shield. It's like the Avengers that are coming after this demon, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's hard to remind myself, especially because I think that's something else you mentioned in your interview, like the kind of psychic abilities that you once had, or you still have. I feel that too. I felt that all my life. And I think it's more of like I'm super empathetic.
Yeah.
So like I can read people's emotions.
Yes.
I can read people's not so much their thoughts,
no.
but like what they're feeling.
Their energy.
Yeah. And so if I notice that someone else is off, or maybe they, like, we had a weird exchange with each other in the hallway or whatever.
Yeah.
I spiral. I start to think like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Am I like, is someone mad at me?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because like I've felt so empathetic to the point where I don't know if you felt this before, but I felt people's sicknesses before. Like I've been in a room and talked with someone and been like feeling like I'm coming down with something, and I'll ask them like, "Are you feeling like? Do you feel sick?" And they'll tell me like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting over something or whatever." And then once I'm not with them anymore, I don't feel it anymore.
Damn, that's crazy. That I'd never felt.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no.
But I think it is like a part of being an actor. One of the great things about working in marriage and family therapy and being an actor is that empathy is like the number one weapon in both, like in both careers. Like as an actor, you really need to understand and actively listen to someone and feel what they're feeling in the scene or what's written on the page. And in therapy, it's hard to not lose myself in someone else's sadness, lose myself in someone else's like, issues.
Yeah, people say to me all the time, how do I do this and not take everybody's stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the truth of the matter, because it's similar to what you're saying, the truth of the matter is, I don't know if I'm doing it right or what. I just know that I know the purpose of this show is to help people with mental health. Mm-hmm. Yes, I got to be honest with you. Twice I came in here with debilitating anxiety. I mean, I was half asleep. Mm-hmm. And I did with Eva LaRue. Mm-hmm. And I saw it, bro. Yeah. And it was messed up. But she didn't cause that. I came in with that.
Yeah.
People's energy doesn't really. Of course, I get tired and stuff, but it's not. But in acting, that could affect you.
Yeah.
When people act, right? You get into a story that's real deep or dark, and then I used to take it home, and it got ugly.
I have a question for you though. Has there ever been a time that you felt that the bipolar was the hero for you to help you with your acting? Like helped you in a moment? Or
It's a really good question, and you have to understand. When I first started General Hospital, I had my third nervous breakdown, and I quit the show after 3 weeks. I couldn't function. But when I came back, and I don't know how I did it, but I did it, came back to work, they wanted to make the character bipolar. Right? I'm like, yeah, I'm a method actor. I love this. I'm going to be. And it was great for acting, but not great for my mental health, the reality.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to do it. Now, I think for the first time in my life, Adrien, I have a therapist, I have a hypnotist, I have a psychiatrist, I have an acupuncture. What it is with this stuff is it's not so much how when you're going through stuff, how you get through it. It's just preventing it from happening. That's the key. Like I say, stay in first, second gear. You can go to third, but don't go to fourth, fifth, or sixth, or seventh. Because once we're here, sixth, can't rein it in.
You get lost in it.
You got to go to doctor, right?
Yeah.
Get medicine, like I have many times. But I'm boxing now that I hadn't done in years. I'm trying to,
I gotta tell you something. Yeah, go ahead.
I just keep it here now. Now, hopefully, I haven't had a manic episode breakdown in 32 years, so I'm good with that. I take my lithium.
Yeah.
But it's anxiety. So I just keep it here, and that way I don't jump it over. I'm just here, man. Now, am I going to be able to notice the triggers? I hope so.
Yeah.
I did have an anxiety about 2 months ago in the morning, and you know what I did? And I told my psychiatrist, I'll tell you about this shit. You're going to like this shit. Well, I had the anxiety. I was going to get on a cruise, and I had the anxiety, and Freddie came, and Freddie's fucking with me. And I said to Freddie, because usually when he comes, I jump out of bed, and I run like a chicken with the head cut off. Fuck, what am I going to do now? I can't go to work. I can't act. I'm having anxiety. This time I said, I ain't moving. And I told my therapist, I didn't move, and it left. And I said, the next step is to dance with Freddie, and the ultimate is to hug Freddie, like you said. But we'll see. I don't know if anxiety hasn't come in a while, because what I had at work like 3 weeks ago, whatever, that wasn't. I guess it was anxiety, but not my typical anxiety. It was more of a physical shit. So we can get through anything, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be totally honest with you, like so right now I'm in this weird place where I haven't broken past like what you need to do for SAG health insurance. So I'm like in between from Medi-Cal, like just got onto Medi-Cal, and I'm gonna, when I can get SAG, I will. But so my medication has been off for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I am noticing. I am noticing like the difference, and things that should make me happy are not making me happy right now. Like I'm feeling more tired all the time, like brain fog. I think the other day I ran into you or someone on set, and I was like, I'm sorry, my brain is just like.
You told me that.
I feel like there's like like a plastic sheet over my eyes, so I can see you, but it's just foggy. So I don't know if that's coming off of the medication that I'm on, or if it's that this is how I am at my baseline, and then I need to get on a different medication or whatever. And I'll get there, and I'll find I've been able to manage it. But it is a scary place to be, like a scary place to be without health insurance to begin with, but also just like, when you want to do your best work and you know that you can do it, but like there's literally like, it's almost like you said, it shows up, it manifests physically as well, right? Like it can hurt your back. My back pain is crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, so like it really can handicap you when you're trying to do your job. Luckily, our scenes are pretty short, compared to, like, and they like, once I remember I was doing one episode and someone noticed that I wasn't struggling, but they were like, Adrien, breathe. You're going to be okay.
Right,
Just
right,
breathe. And I was like, thank you so much for saying that, because I know I'm doing a good job, but it's just,
breathing
you
is
could
important.
see that I was like choking myself almost. I have to bring this back, boxing.
Yes.
So when did you start?
Well, I was boxing for 25 years.
Okay.
And I'd get in the ring, and everybody knew not to hit my face and whatever. So,
Yeah, I can imagine that.
You're right. I'm on TV, but I loved it, man. I boxed everybody, and I'm pretty damn good. I'm pretty fast, pretty quick.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic hit, and I haven't boxed since. But I started a month ago, and it's great.
So a few years ago, I found out that my cousin was Bobby Chacon. Do you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's badass.
Two-time featherweight champion of the world. He had a movie that was going to be made about him in the 90s. It didn't work out. And also they were going to cast Scott Baio, because I guess in the 90s
Oh,
you
please.
to play a Mexican. But I've always wanted to play that, tell his story. I'm too old now.
He's little, too.
Yeah, he was little. Yeah, but he had a tragic life. I mean, his wife committed suicide the night before he won his second title, and then his kid got murdered in a gang-related incident.
Wow.
When he was older, but yeah, he had some great highs and some very low lows. But I always felt like there's a boxer in me somewhere, so maybe I should go.
You look like
take
a
some
boxer.
classes or something. Got to get in better shape anyway. So
I'm telling you, just from going back again, it's good for your mental.
yeah,
I don't know. It's just by hitting something.
yeah,
My buddy, this is a long time ago. He goes, take off your gloves and hit me in the stomach as hard as you can. Like, keep going. Hit. I said, Maj, I'm going to hit you in the, yeah. So I hit him like I'm hitting a bag, bro. Hit. And then later on, I said, Maj, I feel weird, man. He goes, yeah, because you weren't hitting a bag. You were hitting a person. And it does something to you mentally.
yeah.
And I'm like, wow. Never done it again, but only when I was young. I was kicking people's ass,
I was never a fighter. I was always
A lover,
always a lover, always running away from any kind of conflict.
which is what it probably should be,
Yeah,
because you never know, especially nowadays.
yeah.
My son yells at people, and I'm like, dude, you don't know who's in that car.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Let's talk about your mom, man.
yeah.
She passed away.
Yeah, she passed away.
How was that for you?
When I was 28, she was 46, and yeah, it was interesting because I think the saddest part about it was the hope of us having a better relationship was what really died for me. Like the person, like I had a she allowed certain things to happen with my stepfather, with me. there was some neglect growing up, but she was young and we were very, very poor.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, dude, I remember when I went to college, I was trying to apply for FAFSA, and we were family 6. And I remember filling out like the numbers, and for family 6, we were living on $30,000. So there were times when we couldn't eat. You know, like it's not because they were being abusive or neglectful; it was because they just couldn't. And sadly, that's what a lot of people are living through right now.
Yeah.
Too. So I know that she loved me. I feel like she just didn't know how to love me.
Right.
And I got that love from my grandparents. So like it wasn't like I was completely lacking of it. But yeah, I remember she was in a coma for about a week, and we thought she was going to make it. She had an aneurysm. It was just out of nowhere, just an aneurysm. She still looked young. She wasn't exercising or anything. She had high blood pressure. But this was also, I should say, this was 10 years after my stepfather died. Died of a heart attack, very young as well. So she had been kind of like falling apart since that happened. And I was away at college, and I moved to when she died. I was living in the Bay Area, and I got the call. Went over there for a week. We thought she was gonna get better. She had another aneurysm while she was in the coma, and that was the one where the doctors were like, "She's not gonna make it." And I just remember. I remember that she kept on holding on, and she had to go brain dead. Like we weren't gonna. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they were waiting for her to go brain dead before we could decide to do the organ donation. And I remember I was like having this terrible fever. And I went to go sleep in my car to get some heat, and came back in. The doctor said, "Looks like she passed," but then she started breathing on her own again when I came in. And then later I went to get lunch. Same thing happened. The doctor said, "Looks like she passed." And I came in the room and she started breathing.
Damn.
Yeah. And so I whispered in her ear, I was like, "It's okay, mommy. We're gonna be fine.
Wow.
I know that we were supposed to have a better relationship, but I forgive you, and I still love you no matter what. And you don't want to live this life anymore. You don't want to be, even if you made it out of this, this is not the life you would want to live." And so then later on that day she passed. And I still struggle with it. I still have days where I just start crying, or I miss her. But it's that idea of like the relationship we could have had. Like there's this other reality, there's this other universe where we became best friends, and we started like, going to the bar and having a drink together, or she got to see me at my graduation, or like whatever it may be. I think that's what the hardest part was.
Damn.
Yeah. But, I think that all my grief and loss has prepared me for a lot of other things. Like, we're all going to lose our family. Some people lose them way sooner than others do.
Yeah.
And I think it's made me a better actor. I think it's made me a better lover. I think it's made me a better friend to the people I'm around. I constantly feel like something's going to be taken away from me. Like, I experienced it so young, so it's going to, like, let's make the most of it while we still can.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, it's, in some ways, that depression kind of, like, kicks in every once in a while, but I try to have hope,
Yeah.
When COVID happened, we were locked up, I lost 7 people that year. And
Damn.
none of them were COVID related. But they were people that I loved, like my grandfather, my mentor professor, who basically helped me become the actor that I am, my cousin, a past lover, 2 friends, and at a certain point, I was just like numb. I was just like, okay, it's another person.
I know. Same with me. I've had so many people.
It's I don't know if that's a gift or a
Yeah,
curse,
I know.
you know.
And
But
you carried your mother's compact for GH. Is that
yeah, yeah. My mom loved soap operas. I'm pretty sure we used to watch Young and the Restless in General Hospital.
right?
And I used to she used to lay like because she didn't want to miss her soap opera, she wouldn't do her makeup in the mirror in the bathroom. She would do it on the couch with the compact.
That's
So
good.
she'd be watching it and doing her makeup, her eyebrows, and then she'd have her hair like over like the arm of the chair, and just a little baby like I remember from when I was like 2 or 3 years old playing with her hair, and I wrote a story about this actually. When my mom had the aneurysm, they had to shave a part of her head, and my mom had never cut her hair
Oh boy.
like lower than here.
Yeah.
And I told the nurse, I was like, you better hope she doesn't wake up because she's going to chase you and kill you for shaving her head. And I remember my family wanted to do an open casket. And I was washing hair at a hair salon at that time. And so I asked the 2 owners, I'm like, can I get a wig? Like, use one of your wigs for my mom. So I remember being like, before anyone else came into the funeral, trying to put on this wig on my mother's body. And that was really difficult because it didn't look like her.
Right.
And it's not going to look like her. It's not her anymore, you know?
No.
So I ended up like just styling her hair in a way to cover it and whatever. But I'll never forget that, like just having that piece of hair trying to cover her to make her look pretty. Like she always wanted to.
Of course.
She was always done up, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, what you had that compact?
I had that compact. So I brought that compact, not the one that she had when I was a kid, but she had one of the few things left over. I brought it to the screen test, and I had it in my pocket, and I was like, I know you loved soap operas, so I'm doing this for you. And I felt it. I felt her with me. I felt the power. I actually like looked into the mirror before.
You did?
Yeah, and I did it. And what's interesting is that, and you know, depending on when you put this online, one of the hardest times for me on set was leading up to Natalia and our relationship. And,
Yeah.
And a lot of what happens with me and Natalia was mirrored by what happened with my mom.
Wow.
So it was like, not only was I like new to the job and trying to like still get my bearings, but I was doing some like deep emotional stuff that I was still working on for myself.
Yeah.
That it was hard to like you said, you're a method actor. Like I'm not. I'm like I try to keep it separate, but I couldn't help it. It was too similar.
No, of course.
And I eventually got there, but you know, it took a couple of takes.
Eva was great. Her last scene was great.
She has been such a gift to work with. Carlo too. Like I'm so lucky to have them as parents in it. They're such giving actors.
Yes.
And they're so like, you know, I know I'll get there, but like I think one of the hardest things for me, what blocks me, is like if I didn't get a word right, I think about it while I'm still like I'm in my head.
Of course.
But I think with them, it was like they can kind of improvise, or they can kind of like fill in the blanks to kind of like make it work. And I just hadn't developed the confidence yet to push through, you know? But with them, it's like, it feels like I'm kind of like jumping in this improv scene with them. Like, I'm
and
like
that's the way it
fun.
should feel.
Yeah. But yeah, they've been amazing. And I'm sad to see. I'm not gonna have scenes with her anymore.
Yeah.
She
was great. I think we've kind of covered. It's been such a cool kind of. Let's talk about mental health, man.
Yeah.
let me just say to the audience, Adrian, I never know how to judge these things. I thought that Adrian was just gonna not talk at all, and I was gonna have to pry out, things out of him, and so he can at least, we could get out of here with some.
Hey, I could talk to you all day.
It's been cool, but he came in and not only talked, but the mental health stuff that he talked about, and I would chime in, I loved it because you have to understand something. A lot of times people come in and they don't have any mental health. They don't know anything about it. And then I have to kind of play my game. But with him, he knew everything. I was actually, it's like you play tennis with someone and you think they're not that good, and they come in, they start playing, and I'm like, all right, you're teaching me some stuff. So it was a pleasant surprise
Well,
to have
game
you here.
recognizes game. I think I think the vulnerability that you bring to such a tough character.
Yeah.
one, there's so many layers, and after how many years of doing it, like how do you discover new stuff? But the fact that you're so open about the struggle, and the relationship with bipolar it's so comforting for me because it makes me feel like I'm not alone.
You're not.
And my number one passion, ever since I grew up in that trailer park and had this forest of, like, these acres of forest to go run in and pretend dinosaurs were chasing me, like, I wanted to be an actor from that day. But I also know that, like, that mental health is really important to me, and who knows, maybe I can become a therapist for actors in the future.
Well, you got a master's.
Yeah. I want to stick with this, but you never know. Like, I was an elementary education teacher for a little bit too, and I want to write kids books. Like, I've got 3 stories that I'm working on right now. Like, I think I've limited myself so much to say, like, this is all I can do, but that's a beautiful thing about us humans. Like, we can show our passion and our love in so many different ways.
I never thought I'd be interviewing people.
Yeah.
And I still don't think I'm like those guys interviewing, because I don't do it that way. I just to me it's just a date.
Yeah.
And you told me about you, I told me about me.
Yeah.
And then we'll go out and have a beer, and then we'll talk some more.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for
Appreciate
having
it.
me, and I hope we can chat some more, not just
Now look,
not just behind set.
here's what I always say on State of Mind. Leslie Charleston, she was on the show for 50,000 years. I was on the show for 30. I never knew her. Comes on State of Mind. What? We talked about everything. I'm like, everybody that comes on here that I don't, because you don't really get to know people at work.
Yeah.
Only the people that you kind of work with, maybe.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you. Now I know you.
Yeah.
And it's great.
We only got to do like 2 scenes together
Yeah.
so far, but
And never talked really. I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
Rory just came in. I didn't know the dude. He plays my son.
Yeah.
I don't know him. Came in here. What?
He's awesome too.
He's great.
Yeah.
So there's something about being in anywhere for an hour.
Yeah.
Is how you get to. Even when you're at dinner, sometimes there's too many interruptions, and you don't. Sometimes you get to know a little bit, but this is straight up. So,
but also like a date, you kind of do your research before. So I got to watch some videos of you, and I gotta say, Desi Arnaz, I cannot believe I was like, you played him.
Man.
That was like an idol for me growing up.
Was it?
Yeah. I saw it. Now I got to watch the movie.
I played 2 famous people already. I played John Gotti and Desi Arnaz and Ricky Ricardo. The problem with Ricky Ricardo, I went in, auditioned, kicked ass, then I sucked. Then I kicked ass. Then I sucked. Then finally I go in, the producers are there, and they're like, what makes you think you can do this role? And I didn't give a shit at that time. This is the fourth time audition. I said, well, because Desi Arnaz is my father. What do you mean he's your father? My father, I'd see my father at parties with cigarettes and women and dancing to salsa music.
Yeah.
And they go in the bathroom, put your hair back. I did it. Then I did the screen test. And then I got, Frances Fisher got the job as Lucy. She's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But what happened with that movie, even though the ratings were good and everything, they wanted me to play Ricky Ricardo.
Mm. Yeah.
I wanted to play Desi Arnaz.
Yeah.
So the creator guy, big guy, was always on the set going, and he wanted me to do these things. I'm like, I had to write him a letter, say, please, don't do that shit. I can't act.
Yeah.
So I hated my performance, but the only thing that I liked about it was maybe 2 scenes out of the whole thing. For me, Francis was incredible. Was a monologue that I had seen him in person do, not in person, on camera at an award show. They showed it to me, and the way he did it was like he's an alcoholic, you know. So he's like, when I first came to this country, I didn't have a cent in my pocket, and I met Lucy. She changed my life. It was beautiful.
This was beautiful.
That was cool, right? And then for Gotti, it was the whole other story. They all know about it, but the producer hated me every day. She hated me, hated. And I can only find one thing that John Gotti, I became friends with her, his daughter. I'll tell you what happened. And I may cut this anyway, but I'll tell you what happened. This fucking producer hated me. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't act in it. I was like, what am I gonna do here? So Victoria came in the room. She goes, what's wrong? I said, this producer hates me, man. What do you mean? She wants me to play this like all big and shit. I can't do that shit. She goes, my father hated The Sopranos. You play him like Michael Corleone. And I said, fuck yeah. So I just continued. And the only thing I got was something in YouTube where he's with Victoria and his grandson, and John Gotti's like this. What are you doing? I'm John Gotti. You treat your mama with respect, you understand me? And it was the only thing I got. Other than that, couldn't find anything on John Gotti. But Desi had a lot that I could watch.
Yeah.
It was just fucking me up. All right.
Yeah.
I'll say bye in a real way, Anthony. All right, Adrien, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so
It's been
much.
fun. Like we're just bullshitting here in a room, and I appreciate you opening up like you did, because you sure did.
Thank you.
And I think otherwise, I shouldn't say these shows aren't good, but it's always best when people open up.
Yeah.
All right, bro. See you later.
Thank you. Thank you so much.